دوستان، این 4 تا عزیز در زندان‌های جمهوری اسلامی هستند. من دوباره میخوام ازتون خواهش کنم به این عکس‌ها نگاه کنین. اینا میتونن برادران، خواهران، مادران، پدران شما باشن، دوستان شما باشن. این کار رو حتما انجام بدین وقتی رفتین خونه. یک بار دیگه من اسمشون رو میگم: بهاره هدایت، مجید توکلی، حشمت الله طبرزادی و شیوا نزاهری. این دوستان جزء 4 تا از صدها و هزاران هموطن ما هستن که در زندان‌های جمهوری اسلامی هستن. نوشته و من براتون میخونم. بعد از این یک سخنران دیگه داریم که به برشون صحبت کنم. سبز من بیرق اسلام ریاکار تو نیست، رنگ زیبای طبیعت که سزاوار تو نیست. سبز من جنبش امواج سراپا خشمی است که فرو بردنش اینک ندگر کار تو نیست.
So our next speaker that we have with us here today is Nick Ochopinti. He's representing the Latino community and here to show solidarity with the Iranian movement for human rights. Welcome, Nick.
Hello, everybody. Let me take this mic. I'm honored to be here today speaking. I am from the Bay Area. I'm here from Delhi City, and I am familiar with the movement in Iran right now as a student, as a young person, as a community organizer, and a student activist here in the Bay Area in LA. I've come to see a lot in the last 10 years, and so I was both glad and also disappointed, or really kind of horrified last year to see the response to the election in Iran in June. And I have been studying different parts of the world, and of course elections are always a big thing, especially here in the United States. A lot of young people came out last year, actually a couple of years ago, to vote for Obama, and we came out strong. As a matter of fact, a lot of us came out, even those who could not vote, to make sure that we had a fair and free election to actually make a change in our communities out here on the streets. If you look around you, this is the center of San Francisco. There's a lot of money that comes through every day, but it doesn't always come back to the community. And so we always try to think about people on the street and what that means around the world, because there are ghettos in every city in the United States, but the world is a much larger project. It's a much larger place and neighborhoods, and it has people who endure the same problems we do here in the United States. So, of course, when I thought about Iran, I wasn't thinking about it because I was just interested in Iran or the Iranian community or diaspora around the world. I was thinking about people that, as a Latino, actually, we kind of look like. Brown people look kind of similar the whole world around. If you notice that, I get stopped in the airport all the time, and I'm thinking, well, that's fine. I'll take it as a compliment. But we endure a lot of the same problems. And that's something I think in the Latino community here, when we're having our election, we're thinking about how we can impact that, not only as Latinos in America, or as African Americans, or as white people, or as Asian Americans, Pacific Islanders, people of every place on this planet, in this country, but people who also are young people that suffer and endure a lot of the struggles that our parents have endured as well. And when I look at Iran, I think the same things that happened in Latin America that started this too, in the Iran-Contra. We think about Nicaragua, and we think about these countries that suffer these problems and the drug wars that created the problems that exist today. And so, for me, when I work with high school students, I'm not going to run down 30 years of history to them, but they know that there's a problem when we have budget cuts in our high schools and our colleges and people can't get in because there's a social injustice there. And not to get too preachy about it, but what I see happening in Iran is what I see happening everywhere. And it's a lot of it is making people scared, if not, is forcing people to fight and make sacrifices they would never have to do, and have parents worry about the next generation of their children getting out there and trying to make a change. Like this guy right here, he's already running for office, I can tell. That's right. We have to be track stars out here, man. We got to run fast, which is good to see. I think the Iranian American community and just worldwide, because from my understanding, it's very hard to come out and actually even put a face to the movement, because it's dangerous, because they watch you from the other countries. Out here, Latinos are too many to count. Matter of fact, we have a census, we can be counted, so that they can make sure that all of us are here and we get accounted for and that we can actually represent right. And so I'm very happy to see this out here, because a lot of people that do fight these struggles, and I see a lot of older generations out here as well who I know 30 years ago were the younger generations on the streets.